Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering November 14th through the 20th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever this video shows up in your feed, that is the time that the messages are meant for you. So, welcome. Many here in the United States are celebrating the energy of Thanksgiving, and I like to see this energy as a time of gratitude, a time of embracing unconditional love, embracing family, embracing the blessings in my life. So I want to connect with the spirit animal kingdom this week, which really is the embodiment of unconditional love. I find that, the animal energy reminds us of the simple joys, the simple pleasures. Maybe it's a part of me missing my best bud, Mr. Brownie Boy, who's been showing up in my life in beautiful ways. And I want to share that energy with you this week. I'm really embodying that unconditional love energy that we're embracing this week. Also, too, this is the start of a holiday stretch for many. And this time can also bring up, some unresolved energies, maybe some discomfort, discord, especially if, your life and your holidays are going to look different than years past. So I really want to sprinkle some love towards you so that you're feeling whole and complete regardless of, how things may have changed in your life and how, especially many of us are doing things differently. As we move forward. So again, if you're missing loved ones and, thinking about past experiences, I pray that this week can be a celebration of the uniqueness of that you are, and that, the divine showers you with the energy of unconditional love this week. So I'm going to start with pulling a guide for the week from the EarthAngel Animal Oracle cards. And then your message of healing this week will come from Magical Unicorns. And then action steps that you can take to support your healing, I will pull from the Children's Spirit Animal cards. And what you're being gifted with will come from Oracle of the Unicorns. And then the overall message will be an affirmation from the Gateway Oracle cards and nature. So let's see. Let me start here. Let me open space, inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance. Especially the spirit animal kingdom on all planes, on all levels, in all dimensions of time. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for our best and highest good and best and highest good of all concerned. All right, friends, let me connect my heart to the heart of the spirit animal kingdom. And the archangel animals, what is the most important guide that can support us this week? What is the most important guide we need to hear, see, feel, and know this week? Let's see here. Let's go with this one. And let's begin. Sheep. Oh, it's so perfect. Act with fortitude and cooperation. Archangels Gabriel and Hope. I love this. So there is a gentleness that comes up with this. Act with fortitude and cooperation. Let me see here. So the energy I'm feeling with sheep, there is this, it almost feels like this pack energy. So I almost feel like, maybe we're tying into the energy of those of you who may be celebrating Thanksgiving this week. And how can we use our voices to empower, uplift, inspire others? How can we share our light, especially if you're gathering this week? One of my symbols of connecting with unconditional love is Jesus. And, the symbolism of the sheep, Jesus is our shepherd. And the symbolism is that, we need guidance and support. And so, I'm kind of navigating this energy here. And I also feel like the energy of Jesus, acting with fortitude and cooperation. So how can we work together with each other? How can we as earth angels shine our light this week, especially with gatherings, especially with if you're making food, and how can you put that energy of unconditional love into the food that you're making? This is a really great time for you to embody and remembering that you are the divine personified, right? For me, the symbolism of unconditional love and divine love is the Jesus Mary Magdalene energy. So I'm feeling that energy through this card this week. And remember, sometimes, if we feel lost, again, this speaks to what I was talking about in the beginning. If your, holidays are going to look very different and there's some sadness or there is some, looking back at the past, it's stirring up some emotional energy. I feel like Jesus is reminding you that he's always with you, watching out for you, especially if you feel lost a little bit, which isn't uncommon in the space that we've been in, especially on this planet right now. So we do have the Archangel Gabriel's too. So how can you speak with a voice of empowerment this week? How can you use your light, not necessarily to have to do for, but how can you use your light to shine the reflection of love into the world? Let me see here. So I also, feel that hope energy is the anchor, right? Hope is like the what grounds us. I feel like with Jesus grounding us in unconditional love, Angel Hope grounding us, and then Gabriel using our words. Some of you may be called to be the voice of the divine this week. And how can you use your energy to uplift and empower and cooperate with others, in a place of love and light? Let me see. Let me get the book here and see what else may be coming up with sheep here. We're all being watched over and protected. So the guidance for this card, it says your guidance today is to cooperate with others. Realize that together you can accomplish greater things than if you work alone. Your aspirations can be more easily fulfilled if you act from the heart and the right brain. Right brain, again, that's our creativity, it's our imagination. It says, so open your heart today and listen to your inner wisdom. Visualize your goal being achieved with love, happiness, and joy. So, it's interesting too, because I feel that sacrifice energy, in those times. When Jesus was around, they used sheep to sacrifice, right? So be mindful of how you're, sometimes we have a tendency to overgive, overshare, expend our resources, time, and energy. So I'm also feeling the energy of balance this week? How can you fill up to overflowing and give from that overflow, give from that joy? And also too, again, being around, there's a lot of families that are gathering. There's a lot of, changes that are happening. People are coming back out into the world. And it's going to be a new way. So, you've been really working on your intuition and your internal guidance system and your compass. It's no coincidence that Gabriel comes up here. Gabriel's the angel that helps us speak our truth. So how can we choose to move forward through the rest of the year into the next year to speak with love, compassion, understanding, and be divine personified in this world, right? All right, so let me see here. What's your message of healing from the unicorn energy? What's the message of healing? Sheep energy. Again, I feel Jesus so strongly. Mary Magdalene, that unconditional love from the masculine feminine. What message of healing do you have for us this week? Simplicity. Keep it simple, right? Put your energy into the basics and let go of success. Again, if you feel like you're sacrificing or expending all your time and your energy, maybe it's to make people happy, maybe it's to go above and beyond, and it's really you're feeling maxed out and depleted. I feel like this is a message of healing. This is a reminder to keep things simple. Put your energy into the basics and let go of success. So again, I feel like this is a reminder this week that, the world has been through a lot. There's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of upheaval. It's a 5 universal year, which is all about change and transformation. So how can we go into the next 6 weeks or so being mindful of how we may have done things in the past that maybe didn't benefit our service, and how we could now make these minor adjustments going forward, right? One of the things I tell myself often is, Gladys, all you can do is all you can do. And if that's all you can do, then that's all you can do. And so, I've simplified my life in a lot of ways. And, I find that I have this greater peace, and that I have the abundance of time and energy and resources to really nourish, those that are in my life, right? By eliminating the have-tos or the shoulds or the responsibilities or the unrealistic expectations or the spinning the wheels. So, maybe how can you call in the divine for support this week? Maybe how can you, if you're hosting a holiday or going somewhere for a gathering, how can you maybe call in support and ask others to contribute and really kind of bring in this harmony of gathering and all contributing, right? Which in and of itself is a level of simplicity. I love it. And I love how the animals have showed up here as well. It's like a dog and a cat, the ducks, the unicorn, animal kingdom. They certainly keep it simple, right? Let's see. So what are your action steps? What action steps can you take this week to support your healing? What action steps can you take this week? Ooh, raccoon. You have everything you need. So keep it simple. So I feel like this is an energy of just paying attention to our or the expectations of others, the expectations we put on ourselves, keeping it simple and remembering that you have everything you need. So the mind and the energy of the mind never feels like it has enough. Right? So, it's when we go and look in our closet and we feel like we have nothing to wear. It's when we go into the fridge and feel like there's nothing to eat, or, we're looking to do something and there's nowhere to go, right? That's energy is really trying to feed the mind. And so if you can pause in those moments and check in and remind yourself, bring yourself back to the present moment and remind yourself, I have all that I need right now. Right now, I am love. Right now, I am free. Right now, I have all that I need. And allowing yourself to fill up to overflowing. So I'm really feeling like the duality this week and the awareness of, the discomfort or any challenge or adversity that may come up. Anything that is connected to, control or fear. I feel like, especially with the astrology, we're, moving into this eclipse energy. And, if you've been on this healing journey, now is the time that things can come up that we need to face or look at. And the only way to know these things is for it to come up. So, for example, if you're challenged with patience, well, the best way to practice patience is when we're having experiences that are triggering our impatience, right? The best way to learn on the spiritual journey is when we're having experiences that are challenging and adversity, especially with change and especially with, your own voice and your own decisions that you're making for yourself, right? And that part of the EarthAngel community that, has a tendency in the unconscious until they're conscious to be people pleasers, right? We want everybody else to be happy, and that's what makes us happy. But then it becomes where we're expending our resources and feel depleted. I just keep seeing this, like the breath, like filled up and then empty, filled up and then empty. And so if you've been feeling that this week, these are your messages that you have everything you need, right? You have the support, the love, the guidance, in simplicity. And then from there, you are the example. Then you teach others, right? There's so many of you that are teachers just by the way that you're being, the adjustments you're making in your life as you dig into your healing journey, right? I'm really so proud of this community and those, I have connected with, many of you who follow this channel and listen to the messages every week. And it's really inspiring to see how we're all growing and transforming and really digging in as a unique individual, a being of light on this planet, and then going forward in life and really enjoying our life. And reflecting that energy out to others, and which in turn inspires others to make change. So understand that change only comes when, we're ready. And we're seeing that inside and outside. And I feel like with the energy of you have everything that you need right now, action steps. Really, this is like a way to get out of the mind and into the body, right? So the action step this week is when you're feeling like not enough, or you feeling you have to do more, especially with, the energy of those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving. You think about, is there enough food? There can be tendency, it's a time of like abundance and harvest, right? We see the symbolism with Thanksgiving in the cornucopia, right? And then what happens is it leads to like excess, right? Too much. And then from too much, we go to, not enough. So you want to be mindful that you're practicing a healthy balance between giving and receiving, between, again, enough. There's enough of everything for everyone. And this can be interpreted in so many different ways. If you're making choices to do things differently than others, reminding that you have everything that you need right now and you're choosing to keep it simple, that may inspire others. All right, let's see. There's so many of you too who are making adjustments in your life and, downsizing and releasing the excess baggage, whether you're doing it in your work environment, whether you're doing it in your home. And so this is just also to validation that you're on the right track and you're moving in the right direction if it hasn't felt like that. All right, so what are you being gifted with this week? So unicorns, what are the earth angels being gifted with this week? Go with, well, there's 3 here, so let's just do it. Let me go with this one first. You're being gifted with flow. So it says, find an easier path forward. Wow, friends. So this is a reflection of how are we making things complicated? How are we trying to do it all on our own, right? Act with fortitude and cooperation. Keep it simple, right? Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome and release your expectations, right? So again, we want things to be like they were, or there's so many of you, because you've made so many changes in your life, you're stepping into the unknown, the unseen, the uncertain, right? And for me, I really get excited in that energy, and that has taken a very long time to get to. But because my life is predominantly uncertain, unknown, and unseen, I have to have really firm boundaries and balance. So my routine and structure in my life, my inner circle, the things that I choose to do to maintain my energy is very regimented, right? My food, my spiritual practices, the energies I'm surrounded by in my inner circle. I'm very mindful that I create more certainty and known and stability and balance in routine and discipline, really, in my life, because that is really kind of my anchor. That is like my hope. That is my knowing, right? That I have, financial security, that I have support, that I have healthy, nourishing food, that I'm drinking plentiful water, that I'm moving my body and exercises. Those are certain things in my life that I've created. So this could be also an energy of balance, right? If you're feeling out of balance, especially with so many things and so much change that's going on, let's see what else here. So you're also being gifted with compassion. I'm recording this at a different time of day, so I've got the beautiful sunlight coming in these cards. So it says, be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free, and see the light in yourself and others. Again, I'm not predicting disharmony or discomfort, but there's a lot of energy out there, and earth angels have kind of been in a cocoon space. And so again, if you're integrating with friends and family, that are evolving and changing, and there's a lot of influence out there, I feel like you're being reminded to have compassion for yourself and others, right? Really setting your boundaries, being mindful that we're not taking anything personal, releasing expectations that things should be, are any, or could be any other way than they are. And let me get the final one here. Nature. Yes. So if you're feeling uplifted, if you're feeling out of sorts, nature is reminding you're receiving the gift of nature this week. So ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, and connect with the elements. The elementals. And again, we talk about the archangel animals, we talk about the unicorns, those are beautiful elemental energies. So again, if you're finding yourself uplifted and challenged this week, Mother Nature is reminding you to come to me. Again, I do feel that embodiment of unconditional love. Mother Nature teaches us about patience. She teaches us about the cycle of life. She teaches us about endings and beginnings, death and rebirth, right? And with this 5 universal year, so many of you are experiencing these transformations and changes, especially in your spiritual journey. So remember, this is a soul journey. So many of you are going through experiences that are unique and individual to yourself, and it's not uncommon to feel alone, or it's not uncommon to feel isolated, or you don't know what you're doing. And this is where we anchor ourselves in love, anchor ourselves in the harmony and the connection with the divine, right? And really going back to the base basics to keep us stable and grounded. For me, it is exercise, it is drinking water, it is getting fresh air, going for a walk, it is connecting with mutually supportive, faith-filled people, and it is also to feeding my mind with nourishing, and uplifting books and podcasts and YouTube videos of things that are inspiring, right? So these are my staples that I need on a regular basis to thrive. So, Mother Nature is calling you back to, and the animal kingdom is calling back to the simplicity of life. How can we get back to, the basics? I just watched a movie this week. I believe it was called Awakenings, and Robin Williams was in it, and it was a movie, and Robert De Niro. It was a movie from the 1990s, and it was about these patients who were basically frozen, and Robin Williams was a doctor that found some medicine that awakened them, and the whole movie was about like the joys, the simplicity of living and feeling alive, the simplicity of being able to go for a walk, to be able to dance, to be able to laugh, to be able to be and feel alive, right? So, maybe activating that this week, maybe planting those seeds for yourself. And in turn, remember, there's nothing that you have to do for the world at large. Like, you are the divine personified, and you are absolutely enough, right? I am that I am. So again, expending energy and time and resources, can deplete us. So getting back to what is the simplicity of life, the gratitude, the blessings, and that's different for everybody, right? So releasing the expectations that, everybody has to understand and come from the place that you are, which, I know you're not, but then, that's also an energy in the world right now that we're all unique individuals from different experiences. So how can we integrate and implant genuinely the love and compassion and understanding into that? All right, so let me finish with an overall affirmation for the week. So if you are feeling uplifted, if you are feeling the boat rocking, uncertain, or challenged this week, I'm going to ask that the message, the affirmation, can be an anchor of hope, can be an anchor of support for you this week to come back to. So what is the overall affirmation that can support you this week? Stepping into stillness, right? My power is born in the majesty of silence. So again, if you're getting caught up with have-tos and shoulds and responsibilities and expectations, right? Feeling so much to do, or feeling abundant and then but completely depleted, this is a reminder to step into stillness, act instead of reacting. So how can you check in with yourself? If you're being asked to do things, or you're being, asked, you're putting, maybe there's, added responsibilities this week, or you're being asked to do things. How can you pause and go into stillness and check in to see how you're feeling? This is a really great week. Again, if you're challenged, to practice self-soothing and nurturing and being kind to yourself, really setting boundaries in a healthy, loving way. And again, coming back to this affirmation, my power is born in the majesty of silence. And friends, if you've been following my channel, how I'm a huge advocate for silence, stillness, pause, nothingness, rest, right? And in turn, surrender into the present moment. And from there, that's when we can listen to the calling of the heart. That's when we can listen to the inner compass and the guidance and the wisdom on how to move forward. So, as we wrap up this year of transformation and change, we're now kind of in that place of action, now that we're integrating and things are opening up, and, we're having different experiences that we haven't had in the last couple years. you get an opportunity to do things different. You get an opportunity to have a clean slate, and how can I go forward in a different way, as opposed to doing the same things that didn't serve you in the past. So, and again, this message, this spread can be interpreted in so many different ways. So I really encourage you to, put this video on pause, maybe take a screenshot of these cards and just sit with the energy and see how the cards speak with you this week. I feel like there's some really beautiful messages of simplicity, right? Getting back to the basics of, again, with this week, celebrating gratitude and blessings and abundance, right? And really feeling that in your body, feeling whole and complete and alive, and energetically abundant in your body, and then go out into the world and share that energy, meaning be divine personified, and remind the world of that unconditional love and light that we all have within us. All right, so that is beautiful. I want to thank Jesus and Mary Magdalene for popping up. Remember, if you're feeling lost or you're feeling that void this week, I've had a lot of loss in my life, and November is a challenging month with, transition, people who have transitioned in the past. So again, as we go into this energy and you're feeling maybe lost, or you're feeling like you lost your way a little bit, I invite you to, call in, Jesus's energy if that resonates with you, or calling in the divine, because the shepherd is always watching. The shepherd always knows where all his sheep are and will come get you, right? So all you have to do is look up, open your heart, and allow that light into your heart, and you will be found. So, all right, you are found. All right, so let me thank all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. I want to thank the spirit animal kingdom. I want to ask that energy bless you with nurturing and love and comfort, so that you feel whole and complete, so that you feel empowered, so that you feel the essence of love flowing through you this week. You deserve that. You are enough. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. And so it is. All right, friends. So if I can be any of assistance to you, I am still working in a hybrid manner. So I do still have appointments online and also in the office. If you're missing a loved one, my mediumship work is really beautiful and loving and nurturing and connecting you with loved ones that have transitioned. I have been doing groups. So if you have families and friends that would love to get together, if you're local in southern New England and would like to have me come out and do a group reading, that is available. But of course, if you're needing some divine guidance or some support in any way, I pray you can go back and look at other videos that I've posted in my playlist, or you can reach out to me. That information and connecting is in the description box below this video. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your kind comments. The YouTube Studio app updated their app recently, and so I can be more interactive through the app. I don't really go on my computer very often, so now comments and things are coming through the new app, the updated app. So I pray I can be more interactive now, and it's easier for me to be more interactive with you as you leave your comments. So thank you so much, and I love you. God loves you so much. Trust your intuition, trust the divine, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.